Blessed few, chosen to defend what's true. With psychic power, blade in hand, we cleanse the taint from all the land. We are the hammer, striking true. In the name of the Emperor, we'll fight through. We are the hammer, forged in flame. In the heart of darkness we proclaim. In the silence of the void, where hope and fear collide, GreyKnights we stand as one, until the final battle's won. We are the hammer, unyielding force. In the Emperor's light we stay our course. We are the hammer, hear our cry. For the GreyKnights we fight, we die. We are the hammer, striking true. In the name of the Emperor, we'll fight through. We are the hammer, forged in flame. In the heart of darkness we proclaim. We are the hammer, forged in flame. In the heart of darkness we proclaim.
What is going on, guys? Is Wraith? I am back. I'm actually quite tired today, dude. Oh my god. And it's so funny because I've been off all week. I've been on vacation. And I decided this week to really push out a bunch of extra content for YouTube. And kind of try to concentrate and get more long form videos out there. I keep up with my other stuff. Once I go back to work next week, I'm gonna scale it back a bit. But I'm gonna keep trying to do what I'm doing because it's fun. So, let's see. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But let's see who's in the chat. So we got Lone, who's in the chat already. What is going on? We also had Jay in here before. I do not see him. Jay, if you're still in here, shoot it up. Let me know. I don't know why I lost your chat. That was weird. But Jay was in here before. We got what's up, Jaeger? What's going on, dude? We got Falling Upwards. What's going on, sir? I thought I missed you. No, you did not. And then we got Neo. What's going on, dude? Have you been playing any more Space Marine 2? Ooh, by the way, I know you were on the stream last night for the Dawn of War. Are you gonna pick it up? Have you played it? Have you beaten it? I had a lot of fun last night with Dawn of War, so we're gonna continue that on at some point next week, as well as Battle Sector. Maybe we'll play some Space Marine 2 tonight after the review. But yeah, so the big surprise was I got my Emperor of Mankind custom JOYTOY figure I would say about a month early than what Loy from WaaaghToys / CoolToysClub said was going to be coming. And so I got it the other day. I got a bunch of stuff. I got all of my GreyKnights Warhammer 40k army stuff in that I ordered. I got the miniature Blood Angel's helmet. I got it in. I just literally, my daughter or my son went to take out the garbage, and he's like, "Daddy, there's a box here," and I'm like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "What is it?" So I got my Iron Warriors figures in. So we're gonna do an unboxing. I think I'm gonna hold on to these though and wait for when we get Perturbo, because I want to do Perturbo and these at the same time. We'll see. I also have I'm waiting for my Alpha Legion additional heads for Omegagon and Alfurius to do a formal, like, huge blowout video. This is going to be a long form video with all of my other Alpha Legion figures, which I haven't reviewed. So I'm going to do that as well. This one, though, is special because I'm going to do this live review with you guys as well as I have a long form video that I taped. So I taped that today. I pulled it out. We're going to go through some of the stuff that's going on with the figure, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that's going on. So I just bought it, played through the tutorial, got to get used to the controls, but I like it so far. Yeah, I had the same thing. Like, I don't know if you watched the video, Neo, but for the first like 30 minutes, I felt like there was something wrong with me because I couldn't. I was like, why is the control so hard for me to get? But then all of a sudden, it like registered in my brain or something that this is just like StarCraft, and it's just like Warcraft. And I played those games a ton, as well as Age of Empires. So I know I'm dating myself by saying those games, but those were like the last true RTS games I played. Once I realized that, I'm like, oh, just click the map, okay. And it was a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast. I'm actually really interested in jumping back on it. That there's so many games for Warhammer 40K. By the way, next week, I think it's Tuesday, I think the 19th, we have Gamescom. And that is supposed to be some additional news, maybe some Space Marine 3 news, as well as some other, we'll see if there's any other Warhammer 40K games for PC, or maybe even a Horus Heresy game. I don't know. So that's going to be next Tuesday. Depending on what time it is, maybe I'll live stream it, and we'll all get together and we'll talk about the games that are coming out. So that is going on. The camera controls for me is weird, but I'm just used to Total War games. Yeah, again, I think after about 30 minutes, I think, or once you finish the tutorial, you'll have a better understanding of like the controls. I've felt the same way. I was completely a fish out of water with the controls. Once I got the handle of it, I was able to do much better. So what was your opinion on the video, The Terminus Degree by Live from the Black Library? I'm not really a fan of the camera for Chaos Gate. So Chaos Gate, you have to mess around with the camera alone. It's weird. I'm used to the camera now. I'm not sure if I have custom controls. But going back to your question about the video of the Terminus Decree. So my thing is this. And I know like a lot of stuff is coming out with the GreyKnights. Apparently they're like kidnapping other chapters, like most prized pupils and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. There's some crazy stuff going on. My whole deal with the Terminus Decree is this. Yeah, what's going on, Jay? My whole thing with the Terminus Decree is essentially like this. I like the old lore. Okay, it was mysterious, and you didn't really. It was like kind of like what happened with Wolverine. I know I'm jumping over to something else, but essentially, I like the mysteriousness of the original lore of the Terminus Decree. I don't like what they're doing with this. I have a feeling that the GreyKnights are going to play a bigger role in the next, so 11th edition, from a storyline narrative perspective. Maybe we might even get some stuff with the GreyKnights in the Henry Cavill series. But the new Terminus Decree, what he's saying on that video is, you can fix the camera. You can move the camera around. I think, I have to, you know what I'll do? I want to play Chaos Gate Demon Hunter, so maybe this week we'll play it. Maybe this week we'll schedule a day of Chaos Gate Demon Hunter. We'll skip the Battle Sector day, and we'll just jump into Chaos Gate Demon Hunter because I want to start playing through that. But getting back to what I was saying about the Terminus Decree, as a GreyKnights super fan and as a GreyKnights stan, the GreyKnights will be able to achieve what they needed to achieve because they wouldn't do it themselves. They would not be able to defeat the Custodes. They wouldn't be able to defeat. Do you think that they will get Primaris Marines? I don't. I guess so. I guess that this new lore, and by the way, I have the codexes. I just got to open them up, the box. I guess what they're doing with this aspirant stealing is their way of getting Primaris Marines in the GreyKnights. I don't know, because they're saying that the GreyKnights are severely depleted right from their original 1,000 soldiers. So I would assume that they're going to get Primaris Marines just for the upscale, because I think in 11th edition, pretty positive we're going to get a refresh of all the miniatures for the GreyKnights. I believe that's going to happen. So they're going to have to find a way to talk about this from that perspective. OP is destroying messages. It's a good thing I remember what Lone said. But yeah, so my whole thing with Deterministic Decree is I don't like the new lore. I like the old lore. If the GreyKnights were to need to do something with the Emperor, they wouldn't run up against the Custodes because they would get their asses kicked. They would use the Inquisition, and the Inquisition would essentially poison the Imperium against the new Emperor or the returned Emperor. That's what I would think would happen, and I think that there would cause a sort of civil war, and then the GreyKnights would teleport in at the most opportune time and do their strike and do what they need to do. They would do it. I don't have a doubt in their mind. Like, the GreyKnights are the greatest creation of the Emperor to deal with chaos. Hands down, they've already kicked the shit out of Angron multiple times. And they don't even have a Primarch, right? And their Caldor Dragor isn't even there. So they've done their due diligence, and I think that they would achieve what they needed to achieve. So I didn't even push nothing. What the fuck? Is that weird? I don't like how they have Great Knight doing some grimy stuff covering up either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna have to read. I think Sunday I'm gonna read through the codex for the GreyKnights and figure out what's going on there. So, there's something that disappears. My bad. Now I know. So funny. All right. So anyway, so we have the big thing that we're going to be talking about tonight is the is essentially my custom Emperor from WaaaghToys and CoolToys Club. So we're going to jump over to him now because I think we're about 20 or 15 minutes in. I still haven't shown you guys. So here we go. So here is the custom Emperor of the custom Emperor of Mankind for JOYTOY size with by WaaaghToys essentially. So you're right. The GreyKnights can't kill, so they call for help. 100%. Like, I 100% agree. Like, they would not try to take on the Custodes. Like, anybody who thinks that has never read a book or any of the lore for the GreyKnights. So, but yeah, the Emperor, dude, this is an amazing figure. It's an amazing figure. I have a full review going to be coming out. I'm gonna try to get it out Sunday night. But he looks amazing. He is. When you watch the video, you're gonna see me as I pull him out of the box. I was worried that he was not going to be tall enough. I was worried that he was going to be too small compared to like Valdor, because I took Valdor and I compared him to like his bubble wrap, and I was like, man, this is gonna be too small. And then all of a sudden I took him out, and holy shit, dude, he is massive. We'll show you this in a second, but I wanted to quickly show. I think that this is a pretty cool diorama shot that I did for this, as well as we got all of the 30k Custodes. In the back to the left there, we have Valdor. So Valdor is he is way taller than Horus. When you see, I'll do the comparison. We'll do some comparisons here with some of the figures, and then when you guys watch the full review, I show him compared to like the sisters, the GreyKnights, every single one of his sons, as well as top-down view, front view, the whole 9 yards. Valdor looks like a little son, like Guilliman. Guilliman looks like a toddler next to him. So, but he has, as we're looking at the cape right now, so he has a satin red cape, and the cape is wired. So it's really nice. This figure cost me, from a price standpoint, is about 350 bucks. The gold on this armor, the color, is by far the most gold. Like, you're literally gonna sit there, if you watched the last Austin Powers movie with Goldmember, like, that's all that's gonna echo through your mind is Goldmember saying gold the entire time, because he has such gold paint on him, dude. But he is amazing. I did have a problem with him, and I'm going to talk to messaged Loy about it. If you look, one of his pauldrons is not on there. And it came out of the box like that. When you see me pull it out of the box, the pauldron was not attached. It looks like it's missing a peg to attach the shoulder on. Doesn't look like something broke because I couldn't find a broken peg or anything inside of the box. But it looks like there's a missing peg that was never put on this. So I messaged Loy, so he's going to get back to me from WaaaghToys, and we'll get this fixed. In the meantime, though, everything else is great. They even gave me an unhelmeted or a helmeted head to go with this Emperor figure, and the helmeted head is awesome. Like it's absolutely awesome. We're gonna switch to we'll switch to the lights. I'll turn on the lights in a second. We'll get rid of this this dark display, but I'll show you kind of a little bit from the front view what we're looking at as far as this figure. We're not going to do a top-down view tonight just because I'm so tired because I did the goddamn full long view review, which you guys will get. So tonight I just wanted to quickly show you guys like what this figure is. He's massive, dude. Absolutely massive. Yeah, after seeing Perturbo's height, I might as well remake Rogaldor and Brubute, Magnus Lion, and leave it. Yeah, dude. You gotta get them all, Jaeger. Absolutely. I love to see the Emperor kill Horsey. Dude, it's great. I can make the entire scene from when Horus and the Emperor fight and Sanguinius is laying there defeated. So he looks, again, it's an awesome figure. What I will say about this is my first time getting this type of a custom figure, right? Because this is a completely 3D printed figure. It's not a McFarlane figure that's re-engineered. It's not a Horus figure. It's not a Magnus figure. It's none of them. It's a completely 3D printed figure. The quality on it is great. There are a couple little issues like that I had. Like I said, the shoulder pauldron is not attached, and I can't get it on. I tried to glue it on, but you need a peg to be able to peg it back on. So once I get that, I'll be able to fix that. But he has like a lot of soft goods around his neck. He's got that little fur piece, which is amazing. Sanguinius didn't deserve his death. I agree, Dio. But yeah, it's this is definitely one of the centerpieces of my collection. I'm gonna start. I know I said this week, but probably next week I'm gonna get my entire room set up, and I'll set up all of the figures, all of my JOYTOY Warhammer 40K figures in a huge ass wall display. And like I said, I'm gonna live stream it, so you guys will be along for the journey if you guys want to, as I put all of these figures up on the wall. So, but he looks, again, with everything that he comes with, and we're going to get to him in just a second, but everything that he comes with is amazing. The only other thing that I'll say about this is he is not, if you've gotten any 3D printed figures or something like this before, and this is really great quality. This is not like a normal 3D printed item. This is definitely not, especially for the price I paid for it. It's definitely not. But he's definitely not the quality of a JOYTOY figure where you can, like, you know, knock him around and stuff. He's definitely not that. It's definitely an acquired taste. He is a centerpiece of a collection. He is for display. You can get him in some awesome poses, but again, I am not going to give this to my son to mess around with. No way in hell. There's absolutely no way. I don't think my son would really even care about touching the Emperor, but he is definitely an acquired taste figure, but an absolute centerpiece of my collection, 100%. My beloved Sanguinius. And I guess Sanguinius too, but I still kind of knew, dang it, yeah. Yo, what's up, Blake? By the way, tomorrow night, we have another episode of Toy Hammer After Dark. It's going to be on at around 11 o'clock at night. I think we're going to start moving the Toy Hammer After Dark to Saturday nights because we'll be able to do some more stuff with it. Plus, it's a little bit easier. Sunday nights, I'll be able to stream some games and relax. The start of the week is on Monday. This Sunday, I believe we're going to do a Grey Knight Army point. We'll have a Toy Hammer. We'll have, I'm sorry, Noob Hammer, and we'll also have Michael Farley on. We'll talk about the points. We'll talk about the changes to the Grey Knights and their codexes from a tabletop perspective. We're going to get his perspective on the tabletop, what's happened with the Grey Knights since the Codex. How are they winning? Are they losing? So that will be Sunday night. Tomorrow night we'll do Toy Hammer After Dark. We got a lot of news this past week with those five figures which came out. So, but yeah. So Blake, what do you think of the look of the Emperor? He looks crazy, right? Um, all right, so I'm going to flip on some lights and we're going to do a semi-review of this figure. And again, like I said, the long review is going to hold everything for you guys. It's going to have front review, it's going to have over the top, it's going to have the unboxing, it's going to have all of the Primarchs in there as far as showing them, comparison size, front, like everything. I blew it out with this review. I'm a little bit tired, to be honest with you, from the whole thing today. I'm tired from opening up figures, believe it or not. That's the craziest thing. But yeah, so let's jump on. I'm gonna start throwing on some lights here, and we're gonna take a look at the glory that is the Emperor of Mankind. And this figure is, dude, this guy is so huge, dude. So big. We got Valdor in the back there, and it is like once I start clearing some of the stuff away, you're gonna see exactly how big the Emperor figure actually is. Like he is humongous compared to some of the other figures that we have. So let me blow out these candles so I don't start a fire. Still probably not the best idea doing these, but it creates an ambiance and something very interesting. So, oh my god, I can't blow the candle out. Let me bring it over here. All right, so we got the candles blown out, which is good because we don't want to start a fire. We're going to take the Emperor off of the spinning display, and there's the shoulder that is falling off. And again, I'll show you a close-up of some of the stuff. By the way, this display, this light-up display, I got this off of Big Bad Toy Store last year. I think I did a review on this thing too, a really quick review. But this thing was only like 10 bucks, dude. And it lights up. It's amazing. Great display. If they still have it on their Big Bad Toy Store, you guys need to pick this thing up. It's an absolutely amazing display. And yeah, it's really damn good. So let's get this out of the way. By the way, I picked up this moving rotary display from Legion's Con last year. I want something a little bit different. So, all right, let's bring Valdor over because this is going to give you an idea of the scale of how big the Emperor is. Okay, so here's Valdor, and here's the Emperor. Okay. Let me look at the camera and make sure I can actually bring that in a little bit closer. Okay, let me tilt this down. So this gives you an idea of the actual size of, let me bring this over a little bit, of how big this Emperor figure actually is. This is humongous. And the color difference between how big the or how gold the color is on this figure, because they did an unbelievable job with the paint on this figure. By the way, here's his shoulder pauldron that I was telling you about. So normally it would sit right here, right? And again, we'll look at the side on the inside of here. I don't know if you can see that great. Actually, let me grab a light. I have a little bit of a light here I can use for this one. Let's see. Oh, this is really bright. I think this will work. Alright. That is too bright. That is too bright. Let's turn this a little bit lower. And we're just going to drop it down to about 5%. There we go. All right, let's do this. So, again, what's amazing about this is look at the size of the Emperor, dude. It's just it's Valdor looks like a little normal kid. And again, I have the updated helm for Valdor from CoolToys/WaaaghToys, right? So that gives you an idea of how big the Emperor is. He's humongous, dude. I'm just realizing the Custodes Dread right there. Oh my god, this is reasonably accurate size. Malcador barely comes up to the Emperor's shin. Jeez. Unfortunately, the pauldron isn't on his shoulder. No, I tried gluing this on. Very bad idea. There's a little peg hole on the inside of here, and then there's a peg hole here on the shoulder. And I tried to throw some glue. It did not work. There's a little peg that's supposed to go between these two and hold it on. And I'm sure Loy is going to take care of me and get this fixed. Outside of the this pauldron not being on there, the figure is amazing. Like this is the head. This is the extra helmeted head that they gave me with it. Let me pull it back a little bit further so you guys can see. But here's one of the sisters. Look at this. Look at how big she is. And just like he was saying before, this would be essentially like a regular human compared to him. And here's his helm. Oh, I love this armored helm that he came with. Absolutely amazing. Great helm. And we'll put this over here for the time being. But yeah, and then here we go. This is one of the smaller sized Custodes that we had, right, previously. Actually, I think I can bring him over here. But this is one of the regular sized Custodes that we had previously. I guess this is a little bit shorter, but still an awesome figure. But look at the size of that, dude. I want one very badly now. Thanks for waking my addiction. No problem, fooling. It's always there. Dude, it's, again, I am ecstatic with this figure. Like I said, the only downside was this pauldron not fitting on. But again, with these type of when you're buying something like this, you have to be aware that there's a possibility of something like this happening. Now, I want to show you something here. This is the sword that the Emperor comes with. Okay. Now that thing, so the thing that I don't get is we're going to bring Dorn in here because I have Dorn with the other sword, right? And so here's Dorn with the other sword of the Emperor, just so that that Guilliman and then him have. But Dorn, I like the sword, just to give you an idea. Look at the size of this. Right? Both of these are made by CoolToysClub. I don't know if there's like some magical trickery going on here with how these swords work. Do they magically like automatically go to the size of whoever is wielding it at that time? Is that essentially how this works? But yeah, dude, again, I am super happy that we got the additional head or the armored helm of the Emperor. I have to see if there's actually art about this helm somewhere. Because I want to see if there's actually some pointing to where they got it from, or they just kind of gear this after how the Custodes look, right? And then we got the Terminator over in the far right, and we'll bring him up. And again, he's no slouch either. Like, these are decently sized figures. This Terminator is, and remember, we got him, and he was essentially like one of the bigger Terminators. What's funny is when you see the review, I bring out Vampire Ken from the Blood Angels, and I show all the different Blood Angel figures that we have, and like, dude, the Terminators look like little children. Look at Valdor, looks like a little kid next to him. Like, Valdor's extended helm barely goes up to his shoulder, right? And that's the low. Look at Dorn. Dorn is about the same size as Valdor, and you can see how much bigger the Emperor of Mankind is. So it's from a scale perspective, I think they did an absolutely amazing job. And then we're gonna bring over the Dreadnought here in a second, just so you guys can see. I know we have them in the background here, but we're gonna move the Terminator out of the way, and we'll move her out of the way. I want to get her in there with the Terminator too, because she is such a perfect like size comparison, because essentially she's the normal human scale to be able to show here. And Dorn should be there. Let's see if we can get this Terminator. This Dreadnought rather, sorry. So here is the Dreadnought of the Custodes. And that just gives you like the Emperor is literally almost the same size as the Dreadnought. It's actually pretty crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. He is a enormous figure, and he fits perfectly in with the entire, like I was just very worried when I originally got him and I started pulling him out of the box, and you'll see on the review I was very hesitant. I was like, oh, he looks a little bit short. Then I took him out of the box. I was like, holy crap, yeah, he's not too short at all. He's not too short. So, but yeah, so there we go with him from a comparison size. And then we're gonna take, the nice thing about the heads is they come off really nice and they're on a nice ball peg, and you don't have to fight with them. And then here he is with his armored helm. And there we go. And I know a lot of people are always going to prefer the look of the unhelmeted head for the Emperor. And I might too. But I really do appreciate the fact that they gave me a helmeted head. I don't know if that's because he knows that I always prefer to have a helmeted head with my figures, or if it's the fact that, you know, we're just going to give it to us anyway. Right, I think it was that he was just gonna. It's part of the deal when you buy these. So, one of the other things I will note about the 3D printed figures, his hands are very tight. His fingers, and this sword needs some give to be able to get into his hand. So, I don't know. I'm very hesitant right now about trying to put that in his hand, especially with the damaged shoulder. So I want to see, once we get that fixed, we'll be able to figure out if the sword can go in his hand. So, all right. So we got our Dreadnought here, whose hand just fell off in the shield. No, don't fall over. All right, we're gonna move him to the bottom. He's gonna go away. By the way, has anybody else gotten their Iron Warrior Terminators? I just got mine today, and just wondering if anybody else got them. We're not gonna show all of the suns in here on this live review, but I do want to get in some of the notable ones so you guys can see. We already got Dorn in here, right? So you guys got to see size comparison with Dorn. We got Valdor, obviously, so we'll put Valdor in the back. And again, here's his sword, just to give you an idea. We'll put this up against the wall here. You don't have to worry about anything catching on fire. And we'll throw the normal head of the Emperor back on here, just so we have a good comparison from when we start to bring out some of the other guys. So we'll throw his helmeted head here. And all right, so first one we'll do this for Lone, because Lone is in here. I'm going to show you Magnus next to the Emperor. And what's funny is Magnus is actually, with this helm that I got from CoolToys Club, he is crazy. So I'll show you right now. Let me see if I can get this into focus. So this is his helmeted head. Let me see. You know what I have? Where's it? Oh, there it is. Let me see if this will work. If I can just block out everything and then show his helmeted head. On the review, I do show a pretty good close-up of it. So we're going to do a white background, block out everything, and hopefully we can get this zoomed in to here. Can't really tell what's going on. So let me see if I can look at the camera. What's good too is I have a micro camera, which I'll be able to show at another time. But I'll do some close-up pictures after this because we're getting some weird. We're getting some weird shade, but it's awesome. I'll throw some pictures up on Instagram after this. I'll take some pictures of this helm by itself. But I really like this helm. It has the laurels on the side of it. Looks really good. Looks really, really good. So, and then for our friend Lone, we've got Magnus in here. The display is 100. Thank you, Jay. Primarch being shorter than a Custodes is hearsay. On Big Bad Torture Dam. I mean, Guilliman is. We're going to throw Guilliman in there in a second. Nothing came in for me as of yet. It's overseas. Ah, okay. Any way to get the custom figure ourselves? I doubt JOYTOY will ever get a job if ever. So you can pick him up. You can message Cool Toys Club, and usually something like this is about a 3-month lead time if they're opening and taking orders on it. I would message Cool Toys Club directly, or WaaaghToys. Now I would message them. I would message Cool Toys Club on Instagram, and then, or I think they have on their website on WaaaghToys, you can contact them and then ask them about the custom order for this. And then to talk with Lone Wolf, yeah, that's specifically why I bought this Emperor, was because I knew that we weren't going to get one. We have to get first a miniature of the Emperor of Mankind before we get an actual figure. So we're not going to get that anytime soon, and I don't think like we're going to get that, and especially because we're about halfway through most of the Sun Primarchs. So I was like, man, I just want to have a version of the Emperor to be able to throw on my display, especially once I'm getting finished up with all the Suns. So, all right, so we got Primarch Lone's favorites there. We got Magnus, and we got the special head, and then from WaaaghToys, and then we're gonna throw Guilliman in here. And I just want you guys to see how short Guilliman is compared to the Emperor. He literally looks like a little dwarf, looks like a little son, right? Looks like a little toddler. It's like, oh, look at you, you're playing at being a soldier. So there's Guilliman, to give you an idea of comparison between the tallest Primarch that we have right now as well against the shortest, probably, I would say. So that is the two size comparison ones. And the final two Primarchs that we're going to bring in here is going to be, let me get Magnus out of here. So the final two that we're going to do is going to be, and I know we're going to make Neo happy here, we're going to bring in Sanguinius. All right. He's looking awesome. And again, I have that extra head from Mr. Blake Recon Rage, who gave me the extra helmeted head. I really like this head. And then we got Horus. We'll bring Horus over here and make a good grip on his chest. He has a big, bulky Primarch figure. Still the bulkiest one that we've gotten. I don't think that's ever going to change. I think Horus is always going to have that. Is always going to hold that. Is always going to hold that title. So there we go with Horus, and there we go with Sanguinius. Sanguinius is hanging out on his flight stand. By the way, that's the only way you can get this goddamn figure to stand, is to use the flight stand. At least Horus is standing there like a humongous dude. And again, the same thing. All of my guys, all of my Primarchs have that extra helmeted head from WaaaghToys, whether it's in official art or not, I don't really care. I think they look awesome, and I want to make sure all of my guys have helmeted heads. So, and again, here's that pauldron of the Emperor. So overall, yeah, I am ecstatic that I got this figure. Ecstatic. Uh, let's see. Poor Blueberry. Short king size, exactly. Peter Turbo might be as bulky. Oh, wow. Actually, that's actually going to be a good comparison, Fulling. I'll do that when Turbo comes. Well, I'm going to compare them like I normally do to all of them. So, they're actually a good size, actually. Yeah, they actually did turn out really well as far as size comparison. Sanguinius is going to be a little bit skinnier and a tiny bit shorter than Horus. Um, and then we have the Emperor just towering over both of them. And again, Horus is in Terminator armor, so great, great, great. I'm very happy that I got this. Again, I had the problem with the shoulder. We're going to bring some of these figures back away. I'm going to show you a little bit closer, up close with the Emperor figure as well. And again, in that review video, I go all out with showing tons of different figures and characters and all of the Primarchs and everybody compared to this amazing, amazing centerpiece figure. So, all right, so we know about the problem with the pauldron. Again, I tried to glue it. You can see on the inner circle here, probably not because there's so much shadows that's happening, but you can't really get it glued on. It needs a piece that's supposed to be holding it, because if you look on the other shoulder, this actually rotates. So there's actually a piece missing either there or I don't know. It wasn't in the box. So now here we go with the Emperor of Mankind. Again, everything articulated. He's got his wrist articulated. He's got his arms articulated. They actually are on ratchets on some of these. He's got his claw here. The only difference between him and Horus, though, is the fact that the fingers are not articulated on this arm. So you don't have any articulation for the fingers, and then this piece, this is just a piece that fits right onto here. And that is that. And then the cloak is nice. It has a nice wire on it. You can see on the back here how this is situated for his cloak. I've never actually had soft goods for a figure before, so this is a different thing for me. And then he's got the little fur on the back here, and then this eagle, double-headed eagle, was a piece you had to put on, as well as essentially, like, I guess that's an iron halo behind his head, which is another piece that I had to put on. But he has full articulation. Again, it's not the same quality as if it's a mass-produced JOYTOY figure, but it's still a perfect piece for my collection, because again, I'm just looking for him to be able to be in the shot with all of the other Primarchs, all of his sons, and then also have a nice shot of him. I want to get him versus Horus and Sanguinius in that battle scene. Not versus Sanguinius, but in that battle scene. But he looks awesome, dude. I'm very, very happy. Even with the shoulder pauldron not being a part of the mix here, I'm very, very happy with this figure. So yeah. So her. I want to show just to give you an idea. Look at the size difference, and this would be a normal human being compared to the Emperor of Mankind. Right? Isn't that crazy? So there's some speculation, obviously, about the actual size of the Emperor. If he's just projecting it onto people with how actually large and big he is. But yeah, he's in my canon, yes, he is actually this big. It's not a projection. He's one of the shaman, or one of the original members. And here we go with the Mechanicus figures to give you an idea. But yeah, he actually is this big in my head canon for Warhammer. He is an unbelievable figure, and I am very happy that I was able to grab him. And I was very lucky to be able to get him as part of my collection, because like Lone Wolf was saying before, I don't believe we're going to get a JOYTOY figure officially from or for the Emperor anytime soon. And I'd rather have him sooner than later before the figure line ends, because we're going to have to get a miniature first before we get a JOYTOY figure. So, yeah, I think we're a long ways away from getting an actual official figure of him from JOYTOY, or an actual miniature of him to be able to represent. So, all right, guys. So, any questions? Let me see the chat. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. Looking at the poll right now, seeing if anybody's interested in getting a custom figure. Yeah, so most of you guys are. So I guess the question is, would it be the Emperor, right? What would you, if you were going to get a custom figure like this, it would be obviously a figure that you would say is probably not going to be made, or is so obscure that you would want the figure, like a custom figure like this made. By the way, talking about custom figures, I have a custom GreyKnights Terminator coming from Book G, and he's been sending me updates. I'm actually going to create a quick video, probably the beginning of next week, on the entire progress of this GreyKnight Paladin Terminator, based upon how the Paladin Terminators with their storm shields look in the game Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Book has been doing an unbelievable job. If you guys are not aware and you're watching this on the replay, we have a Discord. Buke G is an unbelievable customizer. So if you want to jump in our Discord and ask any questions to him, you're more than welcome to. He's actually one of the moderators on the WraithMace Discord. So that's crazy enough. I can't believe I actually have a Discord. That's a crazy thing. So, but yeah, overall, I would say I am very pleased with this figure. I messaged Loy earlier today about it. I think I sent him too much text, because he was like, "Oh, great! I'm glad that you like them," and I was like, "Oh shit, you missed the message with where I was saying that the shoulder pauldron isn't on him." So, but I'll reach back out to him and we'll talk. I'm sure we're gonna fix this situation. I think it's just a tiny piece that I need to be able to pop in. Maybe I can even get the piece myself, to get the shoulder pauldron on him. I would say overall the entire experience with ordering him, getting him in hand, I love this figure. Again, it's a bit pricey, right? Where you're looking at a custom figure. These are going to be a bit pricey. Everything from Stromax custom figures on eBay to other figures, like these are going to be expensive figures because these are one-offs in a lot of ways. They're not going to be mass-produced figures that are made by a la JOYTOY or Hasbro. So you're going to pay for them. And like I said, I think the quality is there. I am very happy with the quality of this figure. It is a centerpiece. It is more of a showpiece in my collection, and that it's what it's going to be. That's what he's going to be. I'm super, super happy that I'm one of the few people in the world with a in-scale Emperor of Mankind figure for my JOYTOY collection. There's only a couple of us out there. I think we need to have our own group. But I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I thank Loy and his team for being able to put one of these together for me and get it out to me as soon as he did, because they actually got this to me really, really quick. So, all right, guys, I am going to close up shop there. There's going to be a short tomorrow on this figure. The video I'm going to start working on. I have everything shot. I just have to put everything together and hopefully not edit it too much, because I have a tendency to do that, so I can get you the full review with all of the figures and everything, and my first reactions to actually pulling them out of the box, finding the shoulder didn't actually work and it was missing or it was falling off the figure. So that will go up in the next day or so. So yeah, so that is it. I was planning on doing some Space Marine 2 also tonight, but I am wiped out right now. I am very, very tired from everything going on today, so we're going to call it here. Tomorrow night, we got the Toy Hammer After Dark with Blake Recon Rage. We're going to go over all of the weekly stuff, and I'm sure Blake is going to ask me some questions about my Emperor of Mankind figure as well, because he does not actually have one, and I'm gonna hold that over him until he gets an Emperor of Mankind figure as part of his collection. So, all right, guys, I am gonna call it there. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Actually, I'm gonna try to watch. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go watch the first episode of Alien Earth, and I'm gonna see if it's worth it for my time to continue playing it. So, or to continue watching throughout the whole series. So. Alright guys, as usual guys, if you like this content and you're watching this, especially on the replay, please like and subscribe. I have shorts coming out pretty much every day. We're doing some more long form content. We're doing, I would say, probably about 3 to 4 days a week we're doing live streams. Oh, and then again, like I was mentioning before, we got the Gamescom coming up, I believe, on August 19th. That's going to be next Tuesday. If it's not too early, shit, where's it? I think it's coming from Germany, so it's probably going to be early. So I'm going to probably do a live reaction to it afterwards, as well as let me know what you think about the videos that I'm doing on the pre-release information on the figures. So yeah, and we're going to be doing a live stream of Chaos Gate Demon Hunters next week. So, and we'll continue on with Dawn of War. We got Battle Sector and Space Marine 2. So, all right, guys, I am tired. I am going to go to sleep. I want to say thank you guys to everybody in the chat, and thank you guys for jumping in and checking this out. You'll get the live, you'll get not the live, you get the full review, excuse me, in a couple of days. All right, guys. I'm Wraith. I'm out. Have a good rest of the night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. Later.